Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. We're here to break down the biggest stories that are really shaping our world.
So what exactly defines a week here in California? It's this incredible mix of rewriting history, celebrating our communities, and always building the future. So let's just dive right in to 5 stories that show you exactly what I mean. All right, first up, we've got a really significant change to the state calendar. And this one, it reflects a huge shift in how we remember our history. That's right, California's Cesar Chavez Day is now officially Farm Workers' Day. And get this, the bill, signed by Governor Newsom on March 26th, went into effect immediately. We're not talking about a change for next year. This was a super rapid, decisive move specifically designed to be in place for the holiday that was happening just 5 days later. Wow.
Okay, so what's really fascinating here is just how fast this all happened. I mean, look at this timeline. After these allegations against Chavez became public, the legislature just went into overdrive. We're talking a matter of days. And the votes? 70-0 in the Assembly, 37-0 in the Senate. I mean, that is just complete, overwhelming bipartisan agreement to get this done, and get it done now.
So what was the real motivation here? Well, it was all about shifting the focus. Instead of honoring one single and now pretty complicated individual, the idea was to honor the entire farm worker movement. It's about recognizing the collective contributions of the people who, let's be honest, are the ones actually putting food on all of our tables.
And this feeling, it really wasn't a partisan thing at all. Republican Senator Suzette Valladares, who's the daughter and granddaughter of farm workers herself, was a huge champion for this change. This whole story is really part of a much bigger conversation that's happening all over the country about how we reevaluate historical figures and make sure our public honors actually reflect the values we have today.
Okay, now let's switch gears completely. We're heading over to Chavez Ravine to see how a very different kind of story played out on opening day.
And what a start it was. The Dodgers kicked off their season with a massive 8-2 win over the Arizona Diamondbacks. The stadium was totally sold out, and it was just this powerful message to start what they hope is going to be another championship year. The team just looked fantastic, really balanced. On the mound, you had Yoshinobu Yamamoto delivering a solid performance to grab the win. But the real show, that was at the plate. Catcher Will Smith and center fielder Andy Pages both went deep, hitting home runs and each driving in 3 runs. The offense just came alive.
But this day was about so much more than just the final score. It was a true celebration of excellence. They raised their latest World Series championship flag. Can you believe it? Back-to-back titles. There was this incredible F-35C flyover, and the legendary Magic Johnson threw out the first pitch. It really wasn't just a game. It was about the Dodgers cementing their status as a modern-day dynasty.
All right, so from the baseball diamond to the classroom. Let's talk about a new initiative that's creating some truly unprecedented opportunities for California students. So that powerful message you just saw, that was from Dr. Anthony L. Jenkins, the president of Coppin State University in Baltimore. And he didn't just come to Inglewood to give a speech. No, he was offering on-the-spot acceptances and scholarships to 12 students. He was literally building a direct pipeline from California to his historically black college and university. And this whole effort is a really smart solution to a unique California problem. For a state this big and diverse, we have very few HBCUs. So this is backed by a state law that gives up to $5,000 to community college students who transfer to an HBCU. There's just one catch. They have to agree to come back to California to work after they graduate, which is a great way to meet our state's workforce needs. Coppin State is even making it more affordable with their Eagle Nation program, which gives our students Maryland's in-state tuition. But for President Jenkins, it's not just about the money. He really stressed that it's about finding the right fit, offering a smaller, more supportive campus. A place, in his own words, where students can truly find a home.
Okay, now let's head up to Sacramento. Lawmakers there have just unveiled a new legislative package, and this one is aimed squarely at the real-world economic problems that families are facing right now.
This package is a big deal. It's a joint effort from the Women's and Black Caucuses, and as you can see, it's built on these 6 core pillars, everything from affordability to healthcare. It's a really comprehensive way of looking at family-centered equity.
And this is where the rubber really meets the road. These aren't just vague ideas, they're specific policies targeting real, tangible problems. Like AB 1570 wants to get rid of out-of-pocket costs for diagnostic breast imaging. And then there's SB 1192, which is designed to protect survivors of domestic violence from what's called litigation abuse. That's when an ex-partner just uses the courts to file lawsuit after lawsuit as a way to harass and control them. This bill aims to stop that. So, at its core, what's this all about? It's about making sure that state policies are actually keeping up with the way we live today. As Assemblymember Lachey Sharp Collins puts it, her bill to update the Cal Works program is all about building a system that, quote, recognizes the realities of today's economy. It just makes sense.
And for our last story, we've got one about resilience and creativity, especially when faced with some tough economic uncertainty.
So, some recent data showed a pretty significant drop in employment for Black women. But here's the really striking part. As you can see in this chart, the decline was actually sharpest for women with a bachelor's degree. And a big part of that is because a lot of roles in diversity and HR, fields where Black women were highly represented, have been eliminated. But here's the turn. Instead of seeing this as a defeat, so many are turning to entrepreneurship. As diversity expert Mary Frances Winters says, they leave and start their own businesses. And listen, this is not some small trend. This is a powerful economic engine. We're talking about over 2 million Black women-owned businesses in the U.S. right now, employing hundreds of thousands of people. And the story of strategist Denise Aguilar is a perfect example of this in action. She got laid off, but she didn't just start sending out resumes for another job. Nope. She doubled down on the consulting practice she already had. She used her drive, her smarts, and her network to turn what could have been a huge setback into a launchpad for something even bigger.
So, when you look at all these stories together, from rewriting a holiday's name to building a new business from scratch, what's the common thread? It's this incredible ability to adapt, to pivot, and to redefine what comes next. And it leaves me with this final thought for you. In a state that is just defined by constant change, maybe our greatest resource isn't any one thing, but our shared ability to forge brand new paths no matter what challenges tomorrow brings.